Amazing animal shapeshifters. If you'd like to start with an AR quiz, here is the AR code. The animal kingdom is a wild place. Predators can lurk around any corner. They can swoop out of the sky, swim above the coral reef, and slither out of the grass. No place is safe. But some animals know a trick. They can change the shape of their bodies. Some will look bigger, others will become liquid, and still others will seemingly disappear. It's not magic, it's animal superpowers. What looks like a cucumber rests on the sea floor, but it's not a vegetable. It's an echinoderm. Tiny tube feet move this sea cucumber slowly through the sand. A fish flits over, it nibbles at it. The sea cucumber is related to sea stars and sea urchins. But unlike its cousin creatures, it lacks spiky skin for protection. Its skin is soft and leathery. It also can't quickly swim away. It must hide to survive. A rock with a crack is nearby. It crawls up to it, but it is too big to fit inside. The fish keeps nibbling, but not for long. The sea cucumber is a shapeshifter. Some sea cucumbers have a disgusting way of defending themselves. When a predator gets too close, the sea cucumber shoots its toxic internal organs out of its anus. The organs tangle up with the predator. This allows the sea cucumber time to crawl away. Luckily, the organs grow back quickly. The sea cucumber changes the stiffness of its body, but it doesn't make itself hard like a rock. Instead, it becomes softer. Similar to other animals, its skin is held together by connective tissues. Connective tissues are like rods. When rods are stiff, the skin can't bend, but when the rods are flexible, the skin can bend. When attacked, some sea cucumbers can expose bony hooks. These make predators think twice before biting down. With flexible skin, the sea cucumber acts like water. It flows into the crack in the rock. For now, it is safe. Sea cucumbers use their tentacles to eat. They eat tiny particles on the sea floor and plankton floating in the water. A northern white-faced owl perches in a tree in Africa. It is on the hunt for moss, birds, and other small animals, but so is an eagle owl. It lands near the northern white-faced owl. The white-faced owl is only 10 inches long. The eagle owl is much bigger, and it eats other owls. The white-faced owl doesn't have time to fly away. Instead, it tries to look big. It unfolds its wings and fluffs out its feathers. The eagle owls the white-faced owl. The two stare each other down. They look about the same size. The eagle owl takes off. The northern white-faced owl relaxes. It's safe, or is it? Scurry! The eagle owl wasn't afraid of the white-faced owl. It was afraid of an eagle. Owls are nocturnal. This means they sleep during the day and are active at night. The eagle circles and lands on a higher branch. It looms over the tiny owl. Many animals try to puff themselves up to look big and scary, but the eagle is far too big for the white-faced owl to intimidate. It doesn't puff up. Instead, it shrinks itself. They live in Africa. The northern white-faced owl holds itself taller. It pulls in its feathers. Instead of big and scary, the owl now looks tall and thin. It narrows its eyelids to slits to hide its bright orange eyes. To the eagle, the white-faced owl looks like a tree branch. Luckily for the owl, the eagle doesn't eat trees. It flies off in search of a tastier meal. The owl returns to its natural size. It flies off to a tree with fewer predators and more prey. Despite what most people think, owls can't turn their heads in a full circle. They can turn their heads 270 degrees, though. That's almost all the way around. A frilled lizard sprints across the savanna woodland in Australia. Its hind legs kick up dust. A cape of skin flies behind its neck. It's running so fast it doesn't see the grass move ahead. A diamond-shaped head blocks the lizard's path. It's a black-headed python. The frilled lizard jumps back. The snake is much bigger, and the lizard doesn't have time to run. It has no choice but to stand up to the giant predator. Frilled lizards can run up to 30 miles per hour. They run so fast that their front legs leave the ground. The frilled lizard opens its mouth and extends a frill around its neck. The frill can be 12 inches wide. Suddenly, the snake thinks it's looking at a larger animal. The lizard hisses and lashes its tail. It even jumps toward the snake. It works. The snake doesn't think it stands a chance and slithers away. A cuttlefish waves its tentacles at a crab. Bands of color run across its skin. The crab stares at the cephalopod. It is hypnotized. The cuttlefish creeps closer to strike with its feeding tentacles. A shadow blocks out the light. It's a reef shark. The cuttlefish jets water from its body and shoots backwards. It huddles in the coral. Cuttlefish have 3 hearts. The coral is red. The cuttlefish quickly turns its skin red. It has pigment sacs under its skin. Each sac is filled with a color, red, yellow, or brown. Muscles make the sacs big or small. Big sacs show the color. Small sacs hide the color. When the sacs filled with red pigment are big, the cuttlefish looks big. Cuttlefish also have a layer of skin that reflects the greens, blues, and purples in the ocean water. They do this with little proteins in their skin that act like mirrors. The shark swims closer. The cuttlefish's color matches the coral, but the texture does not. The coral is spiky and the cuttlefish is smooth. The shark can still spot it. Luckily, the cuttlefish is a shapeshifter. The cuttlefish has papillae on the skin. The papillae are a little like balloons. When the cuttlefish tightens muscles around the papilla, they pop up and look like spikes. The cuttlefish now looks just like the coral. Even if the shark bumped into it, it might not see it. The shark lurks, looking for the crab. But the cuttlefish doesn't worry. It can hold its position for up to 40 minutes. Shapeshifters truly are super animals. The end. Again, here is an AR code if you'd like to take an AR test on it.